Good evening, guys. Good evening, ladies. And yes, this is what. Fuck on, you explain. It's your gig.
VSWR, which is swell, it means basically antenna matching.
Yes, it's what does the V stand for? Does that stand for voltage?
Voltage standing wave ratio.
Voltage standing wave ratio it is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
How stupid of me. And I'm a radio ham.
Yeah, well.
But then again, so are you.
There are a lot of radio hams out there with radio.
Don't know a great deal, I know.
No.
I know. Well, I just had a... But then again, I've got an excuse. I've been ill all week. I've had concussion.
Oh?
Didn't I tell you about that?
No, you didn't.
No, I had concussion. Remember I had a fall last week?
Yeah.
Was it last Friday or Thursday? One of the two. And I came down off my chair onto my bean. Yeah, I had concussion.
Oh dear.
Yeah, fucking hell. I had concussion, a bad fucking dose of it and all. I felt like I was pissed and sober at the same time.
Okay.
Hello, Julie, honey. Hello, Clarence.
Hello.
And here's the slave honey, Christine.
Yeah.
Cheers, Christine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Christine.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you do, Steve,
Yeah.
don't have a fucking burger out of don't have anything out of McDonald's.
No, of course not.
Because after you farted twice, you're hungry again.
Yeah. Nice to it is. Somebody else is coming actually.
It isn't nice, so that's the thing. I ate mine, it was fucking horrible. The chips were cold. The fucking burger, the only nice thing about the burger was the fucking box it came in. Because I threw the burger away and ate the box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hello, Paul. Good evening, sir. And anyway, what we're going to do, without further ado, let's get on with... we can't zoom in or anything, because the webcam doesn't allow us to do that.
Okay.
Although I can put the shutter across and blank out our ugly faces. But no, I suppose we've got to give some people... Well, even ugly people like a laugh, don't they?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I saw that. Arsehole. Hey, I've got a match, you know.
Oh, you?
Yeah, my arse and your face. Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
So we're both ensconced in the Radio Shack tonight.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what ensconced means, it means we're fucking sat in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what Steve's going to do tonight is going to attempt to educate us on...
As well.
Yeah, hey, look what I found there.
Oh.
A floppy disk.
Oh, blind, that's it, Martin.
Yeah, I don't mind the fucking machine, don't even have a floppy disk in it. Anyway, after the excitement of doing that record playing record time...
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that? That was a good one, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was
I was working on it. I was on while I was doing something else which was shall we say, interesting. Mini tape recorder, and I changed the belts and everything.
Oh, that mini tape recorder you got from me?
Yeah.
You still not got that working yet? You're slow.
Well, it's...
you normally rebuilt one by now.
Well, yeah, but there are certain things on that which are difficult to do with one hand.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I can think of a number of things that are difficult to do with one hand.
Oh, yeah, such as?
Well, try hanging off a cliff with itchy bollocks.
Never done that. Never tried that. Never tried that.
Be difficult, wouldn't it?
It's a little. It's a little.
Anyway, or try climbing a rope.
I've never climbed a rope in my life.
I have in school. Didn't you ever climb a rope in school? When the gym teacher said get up that fucking rope. Didn't you ever do that?
Well,
we used to have these ropes that you sang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
From an apparatus, so we used to climb up them.
Yeah.
You used to time how fast you got up them.
Yeah, I know all that, yeah, but They can't do it to somebody who wasn't there.
Oh no, if you weren't in school, no, you couldn't.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, even that's very true. Anyway, let's get on with the meat and taters of the subject, shall we? Anyway, yeah, the meat and taters of the subject.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
so I'm going to hand you over to Steve.
Hello.
And Steve's going to talk about what he's come to talk about. I'll give you a quick preview of what we've got. That's what we've got. That's what we've got. Oh, hang on a minute. They can't see that.
No.
I can see that, but they can't see that. But now they can see that. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. So what Steve's got? So what I'm going to do? I'm going to control the mouse and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can tell when you need it moving up or down. And hang on a minute. There we go.
Yeah.
So when you need it moving, and we can then, or if you need zooming in or anything, let me know.
Okay. Can everyone see that? Okay. If you can, great. If you can't.
Right. Well, let's go back to see. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. We'll turn the chat on, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we can monitor the chat from the phone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you do that.
oh, Microchips has bought some rubbish.
Has he? Oh, great.
He's bought a Binatone 5-star, but I like the way he's wrote. I like the way he's wrote bin.
Yeah.
BIN in capitals.
Yeah. Actually.
Oh, thank you very much, Julie. Thanks, honey. Your weekly video can't be monetized. No, it can't. Anyway, let's go to here. Go get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Hey, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Open that. Open that. Oh, there you are, you ugly fucker.
No.
No. I'm not being like that, I'm only kidding.
I know.
Anyway, thanks for the coffee, Julie, honey.
I'm a tea man myself.
Yeah. Well, they don't do buy me a tea, do they? Only do buy me a coffee.
I know it's not fair. Yeah.
Right, so basically, can everybody see it? Can everybody see what we've got on the screen? Where did you work? Where did you work for the BBC? Where did you work? Where did Steve work for the BBC?
All over the country.
And what city?
All over the country.
He worked all over the country.
I'm with transmitter department.
Yeah, they just put him in the transmitter and sent him everywhere.
Yeah, basically what happened was that the transmitter department of the BBC were the people who actually made stuff go out, and
Yeah, you're the people responsible for EastEnders and Teddy Wogan.
no, that was the studio, the transmitter department.
I know, but it had to leave the studio to go to the transmitter, didn't it?
Yeah.
If you lot bust the transmitters, we wouldn't have had to have watched it, would we?
Yeah, well, we thought of that a few times, but that's us,
Right, so
ended as a strange people.
right, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
if you've got any questions that you want to ask Steve,
Yeah.
please feel free to ask him. Whether he has the answers is another matter,
Yeah.
but we'll do his best.
Well, if I can't get the answer from my head, which is quite possible, I will find out for somebody. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Right.
okay.
So yeah. So anyway, anyway, guys. So we can all see that what we're looking at.
Yeah,
Right. So take it away. Can you read that from there, Steve?
I can. Yeah.
Right. You take it away then.
Okay, right. VSWR, by the way, stands for voltage standing wave ratio. In a perfect world, which the world isn't, the RF from the radio goes from the antenna, and then it all goes out into the air. So it goes radio, feeder, antenna, then goes out into the air.
Off into the ether.
Yeah, well, whenever. This is not a perfect world, however, and the antenna has to be matched, and the cable does have losses. Cheap cable is worse for this, by the way. Get a proper cable. If you find you've got the stuff inside that.
So I'm scrolling up now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, fine.
There we
Okay. The cheap stuff is the stuff where the outside of it, it's shown there as B, is not tightly packed, basically. That's antenna cable. We now referred to as coaxial, which is short for coaxial cable. Again, some broadcast sites also tend to have a different system or two, but most CB amateur radio people use that. Right, anyway, it comes in various sizes. 50 ohm, 75 ohm are the most common, and of course they will of course vary in size as well for the
Right, explain this here.
Okay, well,
Hang on, what's just happened there? Oh, I've just pressed the keyboard, hang on.
okay.
I hope I've not fucking deleted anything.
You sometimes go back there. Right, okay.
Right, so I
Yeah.
wanted you to, there we are.
Yeah, right. The cable is seen electrically like this. This is what
What the circuit would look like.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, the top one basically is resistance and the inductance of the coil of the inner,
Ah,
and the capacitance to the bottom, which is earth, and of course there's some capacitance there as well. But really, technically, look down there, it's basically like this as far as we're concerned, because resistance isn't normally done for
why
this.
can't I get that to just move up one there?
Yeah, right, anyway. The coax code, which is the transmitter, that's the transmitter TX and the antenna AE. When they are all matched, the power for the transmitter...
So what does AE mean with aerial?
Aerial antenna, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when they're matched, the power from the transmitter goes to the aerial and then out into the ether, as you say. Okay?
Yeah.
When there's a mismatch, however, a different problem occurs. And that problem is that some of the power will in fact be reflected back in the line because there's nowhere else to go.
So it comes back down into the radio,
Yeah, it does, yeah.
into the transmitter.
Yeah.
And that's what blows up your CB guys when you don't
That's
have
it,
your,
yeah.
when you don't have your when you don't have your
Mm.
when you don't have your SWR right,
Yeah,
your signal gets reflected back
yeah,
down your aerial, back down your feeder into your radio,
yeah.
and it causes your output transistor to overheat,
Yeah,
and it goes kadunch.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's exactly it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. It's something which, there are a lot of power transistors fail, and that is why, okay,
Yeah.
that is why they fail. Simple as that.
Well, during all my years,
Mm.
right, I'm not being a big head when I say this, I've never had a CB radio output transistor blow on me yet.
No, well,
I've not had one go faulty even.
no,
Never.
yeah,
In my own personal radios.
yeah,
I've done a few where they have gone,
oh yeah,
but not my own personal radios.
yeah. In the day, actually, the things that people used to do, if in the CB world in particular, if you didn't like the person, flip switches, pin the coax.
Yeah, pin the coax. I actually heard, I don't know how true it is, I actually heard that a piece of wire with two King Edwards at either end, with a King Edward tater at each end of it. It was called spudding the aerial.
Yeah,
And throwing that up and wrapping round the aerial.
yeah.
I believe that used to work.
Yes, it would.
Anyway, somebody tried that with my friend Raymond,
Oh yeah.
an old guy called Stonemason. He's dead now. He got into his 90s,
Mm.
and he used to go on, and people swore that he had a burner and all sorts, and he didn't. He had a Rotel 240,
Mm.
a power pack, and an SWR meter,
Yeah.
and his mic. That's all he had. He made his own aerial. He was in the signal corps in the army.
Oh, so he made a proper one, did
Yeah, he knew how to make aerials.
he? Yeah.
He understood the physics of it because that's what he'd done in the army.
Yeah.
In the military, anyway.
I could talk about that a bit more, but not.
So what somebody did,
Mm.
somebody spotted his aerial,
Mm.
but what happened was his aerial was just above his window,
Mm.
and the copper wire they used,
Mm.
it slipped down to his bracket.
Mm.
So anyway, he put his hand out the window and pulled it in, made himself a nice big pan of chips.
Very nice.
He come on, he says, thanks to the bastard who spudded my fucking aerial, he said. Thank you very much. I enjoyed that lovely big pan of chips on you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Anyway.
He did,
Anyway.
yeah.
Like
Go
I
on,
said,
on with this then.
When there is perhaps some of the power, or if there's nowhere connected, all of the power goes back down the line. By the way, that's what an SWR meter measures: power out and power back.
That's right.
The power that comes back goes back to transmitting again back
Is
to
your reflected power.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that's basically how it works, and like I said, that's why power transistors fail because it
Because of the SWR being wrong.
yeah, yeah,
Being too high.
yeah. Which is not a good idea because power transistors of that kind are a bit expensive, aren't they?
They are now, never used to be.
Yeah, well,
I can remember when you could go to the. Do you know? Do you know? Don't you just say it when you hear a funny noise?
it's
Every time I tap my gut, look.
yeah. Anyway,
Don't do it now, but there's something shaking on there on this table. Anyway,
not a problem.
they're getting on with it. Moving on. Yeah, what were you saying now before I rudely interrupted?
Well, I was saying that is why these transistors are so expensive.
Oh,
And
that was what I was going to say. I can remember when you could go to Deansgate Electronics or Electrovalue in Burnage even, and you could buy them output transistors. Straight, all the electronic shops used to sell them. You could buy them. You can't now. They're hard to find.
yeah, in Bolton we had Tiger's Cage in Horwich, and we had a place called Modern Radio in Bolton, which closed down only about 2 years ago actually.
Didn't you get me a load of stuff from there?
I did, yes.
Yeah. I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all in the shed, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Not been through most of it.
A lot of stuff from there actually went to people like us,
Yeah. Don't you think we better show people what an SWR meter looks like?
Yes, we should. I've got one here.
Well, you brought one with you?
Yeah.
You haven't, have you?
Oh yeah.
Sure, so you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know something? He'd go to a wedding carrying a condom.
Why?
Well, so you could knob the bride. There you go, guys.
Yes.
This is what an SWR looks like. An SWR meter looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
How come you got a piece of lead in the end of that?
I don't know.
No, I don't know that either.
It's
Anyway,
friendly.
this is what an SWR meter looks like, guys.
Yeah.
You've got a meter which you can see. You've got a knob which you can twiddle,
Yeah.
which is your calibrate knob.
Yeah.
And you've got a switch for forward or reflected.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
And what you want your number to be as low down the scale as possible. The closer to the red, that's a bad spot.
Yeah.
The further away from the red, the better. Well, ideal SWR is 1.1. That's ideal. Some say it isn't. Some say you need a bit of reflected signal, but I disagree with that.
You don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You want nothing.
No.
You want. I mean, the SWR on mine, on this rig here, on this aerial here, that is a bit. It's not high. It's in tolerance, but it could be lower. But that being said, I use 2 bands.
Yeah.
I use mid and UK FM, so it's a compromise.
Oh yeah.
And it's good on both. It's ideal. It's not bad.
Yeah. The thing is, in electronics, a lot of these things tend to be compromises.
Yes.
Because, and like I said at the beginning, it's not a perfect world by any means.
But that's what your SWR meter looks like.
Yeah.
If you're just getting into CB for the first time, before you even buy the radio, buy this. I don't mean this particular one, obviously not, but buy a meter. Either before or at the same time you buy your radio, and make sure that when you tune your aerial, make sure that you get your aerial or your antenna. We call it an aerial in the UK. In various other parts of the world, they call it the antenna. We used to call it a twig. It was known as a twig.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that was CB. That mostly. Yeah.
Yes. Amateur radio operators tend to call it the antenna.
Yeah.
I don't call it the aerial.
Same thing.
But then again, amateur radios amateur radio enthusiasts, they only have 2 numbers like builders. Builders working in 8x4. Amateur radios working fucking 5x9. You're a 5 and 9. No matter where the meter is, you're a 5 and 9. How can everybody be a 5 and 9?
They can't.
No. So there we go, you see.
Yeah.
Everyone's a 5 and 9. And if you want to be a proper 5 and 9er, buy yourself an SWR meter and get your aerial really spot on. And you know, you want the numbers on this to be as low as possible. The red spot is not a good spot, is it? No.
No, it's not.
No, the red. So you don't want to be anywhere in the red, anywhere in the strawberry patch up here.
Anywhere like that, then switch off quick. Before.
Yes, yes. You want to be as close to this not moving as possible when you're keying a mic. And the way I find, I don't know whether Steve might have other ideas, but what I generally do, I generally check it on channel 20.
Yes, middle of the band.
Which is the middle of the UK band. I check it on channel 40, which is top of the band, and I check it on channel 1, which is the bottom of the band.
Yeah.
Or in the old days, it was known as top of the shop for 40, and the basement for channel 1.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's it. I think amateur radio goes on 29 and 28, which is just up from CB. So
Well, it's 28 metres, 10 metres, isn't it?
Yeah.
And CB radio is 11 metres.
Yeah.
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 So, as far as I'm concerned, what we're discussing, good evening, Malcolm. What we're discussing CB, we're discussing radio in general. So this topic, and what we're talking about covers amateur radio and CB radio. It covers them both because both has to be SWR. Even your big transmitter. Your big transmitter that the big companies use to transmit your Abomination Street and your Crapperdale Farm.
Oh yeah.
All that, they still have to be tuned.
Yeah. Radio is radio, whether it's TV. TV is basically a radio with pictures.
That's right.
All it is. And you know, this stuff is true for every single form of it.
Right.
Know.
Should we go back to your notes?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, the antenna could come in various forms. The simplest one cannot exist, but they will quote stuff in it, as most people don't know. The simplest form that we can't actually have properly is an isotropic radiator. It's a pinpoint that radiates in all directions, 360 degrees. Now that you can't have because you've got to have an arrow going to it for one thing. You know.
Right, I'm trying to catch up with you on here. Where are we up to? We've done where power transistors explode.
Different sorts of.
Right.
Anyway.
Just enlighten me slightly.
Yeah.
What is an isotropic radiator?
It's an aerial that can't exist.
Right.
But the reason why, by the way, a lot of the maths I've left out with this because, no. Anyway, so anyway, it goes three directions everywhere, you know. But
omnidirectional.
More than that.
Right.
Up and down as well.
Ah.
Yeah. Now, by the way, the decibel or dB is a ratio, so every antenna has a source. That's why we use dBs, dBx, or whatever. Now here, the reason why they actually talk about dBs is because it's 2.15 dB better to write down.
I see.
So you know, be very careful of that because that's something to get for if you're going to buy an aerial.
I'm sorry if I keep catching the keyboard, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got another illustration now. Look.
Yeah. Now, the real dB measurement is dBd, which is in reference to a dipole. A dipole radiates in 2 directions, like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas something like my silver rod, that's omnidirectional, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, again,
it goes in all directions.
Yeah, that's the one way. Again, the difference between a dipole and the isotropic is that it goes 360 degrees, but it doesn't actually waste power in a way because it doesn't go in all that, it doesn't go up or down. By the way, this another thing for the record is that broadcasting, in particular, when they have to put them on top of the other and put a very timely delay in the RF, but that's like slewing on shortwave, which we'll come to in the future.
Right, that'd be for another discussion, won't it?
Yeah. So every antenna has again quoted in dB or dBi. Check which one. Mismatch. Well, on a cold data shortwave.
Right. So first of all, what does DBD mean, and what's the difference between DBD or DBI?
dBi is the.
There are people who won't know that. So
yeah, dBi is isotropic.
right.
dBd is in relation to the dipole. Okay.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So when they look up the various bits for the aerial, if it says dBi, take 2.15 off. Okay.
Yeah.
Check which one.
Right.
Don't be caught out. Anyway, on a cold day to stop with transmitting station, I know it can be an issue, you'll see that the feeders have warm and cold spots. This is because the standing wave is set up with the cable. And if you go down a bit more, there should be what there is.
Well, there it is. Look,
Yeah,
I
you see.
like this. It's
Yeah.
diagrams.
Yeah, you'll see here that there's a maximum and a minimum voltage. VSWR is maximum versus minimum. So we have to match it down, as in that has to be that ratio has to be as low as possible.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. If it doesn't actually have air on the end, all of it will go back to transmitter various minus cable losses, which is what it does for power transistors. So we have to match it down. Okay.
With you, yeah, with you.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what those little matching boxes do.
Yeah, but basically it's kidology, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically making. But let me ask you something about one of them matching boxes. 'Cause I'm thinking of getting one of those. I don't think I should, but I'm thinking of getting one for the aerial in the workshop. Now, if I put one of those on, and I match it with that, it'll kid the meter into thinking and the radio into thinking that the SWR is lower, but will I actually transmit further?
Yes.
Does it actually work?
Yes and no.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say it, but with something like that, you need to get all the power straight to the aerial. That's what they do.
Right. So there's no point buying one of those.
It depends how bad it is. Quite.
Well, mine goes to just over the 2 mark on the meter, which is the middle of the meter.
Yeah. The difference between a shortwave transmitting station where they work up to 2 to 1 and
But really, there's nothing better than getting the aerial tuned.
no,
I mean, this radio here, the Yaesu, the Yaesu FT, the Yaesu FT 450D. The D donates the fact it's got a tuner built in.
Yeah.
When I press that tuner, then if the SWR is too high, what it'll do, it'll tune.
Yeah.
It'll tune the aerial automatically for me.
Yeah.
But it's just kidology, isn't it?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
It's just making the radio think that you're working a perfectly tuned aerial.
In a way, yeah. But
So it'll make it resonate on the band that you're on.
it will actually make
Make
in the
it.
right place.
Yeah, make it. That's what I mean. If you're on 28 megs and you're on 10 meters, for example, and your SWR is a bit high, you hit the tune button, and what it'll do, you'll hear a noise inside the radio. The radio outputs a tone indicating that somebody's tuning in. I think. Anyway, and what it'll do, you'll see your SWR will come down.
Yeah, that's basically what that is automatic aerial matching, which is which they do have on modern sets, but on say sets like that one, that Midland you got in front of you there, they don't have anything like that.
No, because they were just a basic CB.
Yeah, but I say actually, every one of us has got something with a automatic base WR in them. Everybody's got one.
Everyone's got one.
Yeah. The mobile phone.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even they have to be SWR.
Oh yeah, it's radio after all.
Yeah, because, well, it is, it's a two-way radio, isn't it? A very expensive one
Yeah.
that you pay for
Yeah.
monthly.
Yeah.
And they grind every penny they can out of you.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I won't go down that road. So back to the diagram here.
Yeah.
Back to the meat and veg of the situation. So you will see here. Go on, it's you.
Okay, well, you have to match it down. If you drop it down a little bit
So
more.
if I go down,
Other way, that's it.
that's
Right.
it. I was a bit fast there.
Yeah.
All the women say that though.
Yeah.
But go on.
So we match it down. We have the little boxes. These little boxes are antenna tuners, and they are used to match the rig and the aerial and the cable, and therefore reduce the SWR. And again,
We've got another diagram, haven't we?
we have, yeah.
Yeah, you're full of diagrams here,
The
Steve.
best way to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, they even have these on AM stations as well. Basically, that is what was inside one. Sometimes there's two, but no, basically it's that. Basically they're that. Yeah, there are also closed or open antennas can be just introduced VCR, the SWR, but they have variable capacity in them as well. They're usually passive. Okay, they're usually passive.
Yeah,
So the free.
yeah, the matches are, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's just there's like a couple of all the ones I've seen. There's been like a couple of banana slices in them.
Yeah, yeah,
A couple of yeah, that's all that's in them really.
yeah.
A couple of banana slices and a couple of capacitors. A couple of fixed capacitors. Probably they're usually on the aerial and on the input to probably protect the radio.
I tried to. I would have brought them down, but I don't know where it is, so I couldn't. But basically, they're all using something like that. Pipe. Sometimes they're called pi networks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, they're either like that, or some you get like a length of cable, and you can move the short up and down the cable, or you can
Yeah.
or the open, you can chop bits off until it goes.
Right. So
Yeah. Now I know on TV.
scroll up a bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
This thing called ghosting, as a picture on the signal is reflected by the antenna, but the transmitter again, and go back to the aerial. In the days of analog cable TV, for example, that happened a lot, and what we do at the end, we get ghosting.
Goldstein is correct me if I'm wrong, but Goldstein, that's where you get like a double image,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
You got the real image, and then you get another harmonic,
Yeah,
which is probably a second harmonic,
yeah,
which is the Goldstein,
yeah,
which is the bit that you try and get out with your tuner.
yeah,
And when you're rocking your tuner from left to right,
yeah,
trying to get rid of it, you can never get rid of it
yeah.
because it's coming from the transmitter.
Well, it depends. If the transmitter knocks them up, rather, yes, it can. But for example, buildings underway, anything can cause ghosting.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. On a shortwave transmitter, they operate up to 2 to 1, so
Yeah, I'm just
Yes.
coming down here.
Yeah. Now, as far as CB or low power antennas go, this is important, as all the 4 watts really must go out so that more people can hear under here, say for a rig check.
That's right.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't always get 4 watts.
No, you don't. No.
I mean, that Midland does 4 watts.
Yeah. But whatever,
You know, but
I-
a lot of the new ones don't. You're lucky if the new ones do too.
I know, yeah. But whatever they do, the simple thing is that all that RF has to go out on the air. So these people you see with lights on their antennas and stuff like that. All they're doing is booking up the SWR basically.
That's right, because you're not supposed to have anything on your aerial
No.
except your aerial
Yeah.
and your coax.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Remind me tomorrow. It's asking to restart there.
Okay. One thing I've seen most people do is match down window frames. Can be fun, can be great fun in fact, but not tailored best for the CB.
No.
So do it by all means, but don't spend the whole evening on it, and don't try and talk across the board on the window frame, because it won't do it. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it won't. Well, your CB aerial, even my silver rod, it has a coil in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has a coil because one thing we haven't touched on yet, and I will touch on it now. For those who don't know, most of you guys on here are knowledgeable, and most of you will know that the higher the frequency, the shorter the aerial.
Yeah.
That's why for the 270s, we only need an aerial which is about as long as your walking stick. And for 27 megahertz, for example, we need one longer than what the silver rod is.
Yeah.
That's why they put a loading coil in it.
Yeah. So get a 5/8 or a
Mine's a 5/8 wave.
Yeah, to make it.
To make it resonate.
Yeah.
So you can, otherwise you'd never SWR them.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't SWR them.
No.
You know, I've seen all sorts used. You know, I've seen all sorts used, and
Oh yeah.
you know, I mean, proper aerials are made because proper aerials are needed.
Yeah.
You know, they're made at the factory. They're made to. You know, they're made to tight-ish tolerances.
Yeah.
And they're even SWR'd and marked. The silver rods, they come marked up from the factory.
Yeah.
Where they want you to roughly put them. Mine's all put on the marks. But I could have had Will up there for ages adjusting that and got the best out of both bands. But you know, I just said to him, mark it, just put it to the marks. It should be right, and chuck it up.
Yeah.
That's what he did, and it's okay. I don't have any problems.
Yeah. Don't forget, of course, that we can work the wheel on half a watt and the conditions are right.
Yeah, I know you can. Well, I can remember years ago. Let's go back to the cameras for a minute, shall we? I can remember years ago. We know where we're. Yeah, you've read this bit here. No, let's just get to the end of this first.
Yeah.
We
One
might
more
as well.
paragraph and that's there, so you know.
Right.
And please, this is a plea from the heart here. Especially on FM.
Yeah, you got a swinging brick.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, but
Go on.
okay, well, please, especially on FM, because FM creates hundreds of sidebands and stuff, you know. Don't turn the modulation deviation pot up full. This can actually cause two problems. One is actually reducing the power, and it causes you to bleed over to
Cause you to transmit on adjacent channels.
yeah, which is not
Which is illegal anyway, and
yeah, but
legality aside doesn't do any good.
yeah, it doesn't. No, so
No.
don't. So you know, for example, on a TV, really, it shouldn't be above if it's 10 watt. If it's a 10 kc channel, then you know, 2.5 kc maximum.
Well, what I generally do, when I set the deviation, I generally set it to about 2.5.
Yeah, maximum.
Yeah,
Maximum.
for a maximum.
Yeah.
2.5 for a maximum. 2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm happy with.
And if for example somebody brings you with a CB and says it's not working, or they don't find the pot's up full, you know somebody can play with it. Somebody doesn't
Well, this is it. You see, what they call the golden screwdriver.
Oh yeah.
The man with the golden screwdriver.
Yeah.
So we're finished there now, aren't we?
Yeah,
So-
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can go back to the cameras now,
Yeah.
and we can look at the chat and see.
Mm.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are in now. Anyway,
Mm.
so that's really
Mm.
what SWR
Is.
is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
It's all about setting it up. Hey, we've got 7 people in.
Mm.
Where are they all tonight? Well, there was loads of people looking forward to this.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry to ask, but what does SWR mean, please? Sorry, Julie. If we told you that, love, we'd have to come and murder you.
No.
No. SWR stands for Standing Wave Ratio, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Standing Wave Ratio.
Yeah.
My CRT 6900V automatically matches SWR.
Yeah. A lot of them do now.
How can it? Because mine doesn't.
Mm.
How does it do that?
I don't know what radio you're talking about, but yeah.
This one. That doesn't have a tuner in it or anything.
No, basically what it takes inside there's a little thing on which measures coax up power out and in.
Yeah.
And it goes to small circuits.
Oh, it'll tell me the SWR,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
won't match it.
Mm.
It doesn't match the SWR, Clarence. What it does, it tells you what your SWR is.
Yeah.
If your SWR's out, it's out.
Mm.
Like if I was to turn this on now,
Mm.
and there's no aerial and I key it up, it'll come with SWR warning,
Yeah, sure. It should
saying
be
the
wrong.
SWR's out.
Mm.
You know, so it doesn't actually, it doesn't actually tune your aerial or so.
Mm.
Well, it doesn't tune your aerial at all. I know I've got a 6900.
Mm.
It doesn't tune your aerial.
I don't know what's what these days. I mean, when I was playing with CB,
Yeah.
I had of all things a Harvard.
Yeah, because this is a 6900 here.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't use it that often.
Mm. I
Yeah.
also had a multi-mode too, actually, which that looks very much like it. There, the middle one.
Yeah, that one.
Mm.
Yeah, they were very similar.
Mm.
Well, the multi-mode 2s
Mm.
and multi-modes and stuff.
Mm.
Well, your multi-mode's more like this thing here.
Yeah.
Multi-modes are more like this.
Yeah.
But these are all, well, that area under there and this here,
Mm.
they're all made by Cybernet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your multi-mode looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
That's a TriStar 747.
Yeah. Same radio. That.
It's the same radio. It's the same radio as what the
Yeah.
multi-mode 2 is.
Yeah.
The only difference is probably 1 or 2 buttons are different.
Mm. Possibly. Yeah.
You know,
Mine
might
was-
be a different revision of the board.
Yeah. Mine was
But
actually.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah, mine was actually banded up. Actually.
My favourite part is the hot and cold spots on the feeders on a cold day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get them, you know.
Mm. Oh,
Hot and cold spots on a hot and cold day.
everyone does.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you do a shortwave station in a shortwave aerial field, one thing you don't do is
Just keep the mic up.
keep the mic up. Or if you're in the field and the transmitter sending out whatever to whoever, you know,
Yeah.
don't put your hand in the air.
I mean, well, that's it. Yeah. You know, I've actually had, you know, I've actually had RF burns before today.
Mm.
Was that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I had poison in that, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
I hope you don't die in the night. They'll say I've done you in.
No, it's okay.
No, seriously. Well, make sure you have your car cleaned out for Goldborn.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure it's empty.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point fucking going because we won't be able to bring that back.
True. True.
One year we went, it was fucking rampant. We had to get Jay bring some stuff back.
I know.
It's a good good job. As I said, good Jay then. It's a good job Jay turned up. We'd have been fucked.
Yeah, I've taken that disc, by the way. He still uses those.
What?
That disc on there.
That floppy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's on that, you know.
Find out if you want.
No, I can't be bothered.
Mm.
I don't think there's anything on it, to be honest.
Mm.
I'll tell you where it come from. It came out of a load of stuff that belonged to my friend Andy.
Oh yeah.
You know, Andy had died round the corner.
Mm.
It came from there with a load of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, have you noticed I moved the jukebox?
Yeah.
Oh no, you wouldn't have done. You haven't been in there for ages, have you?
No, it's nice though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I've put it over there instead of it being there.
Mm.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've been offered,
Mm.
and I'm dead tempted.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted. I know I shouldn't, but I can't get it out of my mind, the temptation.
Mm.
I've been offered a 1960s NSM Serenade.
Working.
No. It'll let you sit in the Mildred's got it.
Mm.
He wants 200 quid for it. It'll let you select.
Mm.
Oh, I've just trumped.
Mm.
You won't smell it till I lift my ass off the chair.
Yeah, well, don't then.
Anyway, he wants 200 quid for it, which is what he paid.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you make a selection, it'll make the selection, but the motor won't start the carriage.
Mm.
So it won't pick the records up or anything.
Is the
So
motor okay?
I don't know. That's the thing, you see.
That's it. I mean, if the motor won't start, if it's not getting any current, it won't do. But that's not a tracing it back. But the motor's not well. You know, you got to get. You know.
I mean, I could get a motor.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff still knocking about
Mm.
because that motor was used from the 60s all the way up until 1977.
Mm.
So there's still plenty about.
With
I
that,
had
yeah.
some of them motors and I almost sold them, you know,
Mm.
because I did a deal with my friend YI Man.
Oh yeah.
I gave him a Roami a Roami not Continental, a Roami Monte Carlo,
Oh yeah.
a TI1 Monte Carlo.
I would get it if you can get a motor for it. As well.
What I need to do is have a word with my contacts in the trade.
Mm.
Because I work with people like Leon and YI Man,
Mm.
see if they can get me a motor, a good working motor.
Yeah, we'll get it first to make sure that it is a motor that's filled because it could just.
I don't think it is the motor, because I checked the motor.
Mm.
The motor has 3 wires coming out of it.
Mm.
It has a motor. It has a centre tap,
Mm.
and it has a forward or backwards.
Does it? By the way, does it also have a capacity to start it?
No, it shouldn't have. No.
Some do, you see.
Yeah, it might. I don't think it has. No,
Mm.
I'm not sure though. It's been a while.
Yeah, if it has, they failed.
Yeah, I know they do. The
Yeah.
one in that Sony reel to reel did.
Oh.
Yeah, the longer it was on, the slower it got.
Mm.
So I put a new one in it.
Mm.
It's been all right since.
Mm.
The one in this is still the original.
Mm.
Hasn't been changed yet.
Mm.
But then again, it hasn't started playing up yet.
No, you shouldn't do with those.
No, but they do.
That time Sony caught up because that one that he gave to me, that one from 1960 or so, that electronically that was quite old-fashioned in the way it did things.
It did the job though,
It did, yeah.
and I don't know why you're whinging. It was free.
I know, yeah. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. Your 6900 doesn't actually have a tuner in it.
Yeah.
It just tells you what your SWR is, wherever you happen to be on the band,
Mm.
on the radio. Yeah, so basically, so I'm trying to think, you know, right, so getting back to transmitters, Steve,
Yeah, of course.
so whether it's the little transmitter in your radio, your little small 4-watt CB,
Mm.
or a great big massive transmitter like they use for transmitting Radio 1,
Mm.
still has to be SWR.
Oh yeah.
What about these radio mics?
They
Do they have enough power where they need to be SWR?
well, usually speaking, on those they transmit from the microphone, of course, and they transmit on certain frequencies.
Yeah, so they'd be tuned to the resonate on them frequencies.
Yeah, 'cause if you look at those, you'll find circuit board inside. It's got some strange, some interesting markings on.
Yeah, a bit like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
A bit like Bluetooth boards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, mine have got proper little aerials in them.
Yeah.
My mics. Yeah, there's proper little area, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bluetooth stuff, it's less than it's about a milliwatt if that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
No, very low power, so it wouldn't need it, would it?
No.
Because it wouldn't be enough for it to
Well,
reflect
well
back.
again, the less power, the more efficient it has to be. But you know,
Yeah.
a Bluetooth again is only across the room, for example. You know.
Well, that's right. It's designed for across the room and no further.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then again, so are radio mics. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's like that radio transmitter I had.
Mm.
Well, I've still got, but doesn't get used.
Mm.
The aerial for that was pretty short, as you know,
Yeah.
because I was using it on, I was using it on the FM band,
Mm.
and it was resonant according to my meter there, my Revox or Revox or whatever it's fucking called. According to that, which is a good meter. That didn't. No matter where they're tuned into, it didn't go out of range on the SWI. You could use it anywhere.
Yeah.
Some places it was lower than others, but it never went out of spec.
No.
You know, it never went above 1.5. You know, or if it did, it was only just above. Let's see what the lovely Julie is saying. But yes, it's an interesting one. And we've got 8 people in now. Andy and Steve, is there any difference between a television aerial receiving a signal and a CB radio aerial?
Different frequencies.
Yeah,
That's
different.
what it is.
Yeah. Your TV aerial is basically what's called a Yagi,
Yeah.
which is basically a beam.
Yeah.
It's a beam antenna, whereas your CB radio antenna is a vertical antenna, which is straight up, and your TV aerial, as you know, is pointed at wherever. Well, our aerials are pointed at Winter Hill.
Yeah, you could have.
Because that's where we get our reception, our broadcasts from.
The thing is, actually, there were actually beams for CD, for CB.
Yeah,
as well.
you can get beams for CBs,
Yeah.
but they're not as common as what a TV aerial is.
Oh no.
Like when I did my amateur, when I did my amateur radio, when I was doing my amateur radio course, we got asked that question. Does anybody know what a Yagi is? And I said, for a joke, I said, yeah, a bear. He said, no, that's a yogi. I said, I know. He said, does anybody know what a Yagi is? I said, yeah, it's a TV aerial. To all intents and purposes, it's your TV aerial.
Yeah, yeah.
Your TV aerial is a Yagi. That's why when you get these portable tellies with a loop aerial on them, or a telescopic aerial on them. Have you ever wondered why the picture's always shit? It's not. It's true. You ever wonder why the picture's always shit and ghosty and horrible? It's because a loop antenna is not effective, and a telescopic antenna is not effective. They're designed for radio reception, like you would get on your radio, which is like behind us, like the vertical thing behind us. The radio in that, that's a vertical aerial.
Back in the day, of course, with 405, of course, the 45, 50.
There were H aerials, weren't they?
There
What
were,
they called
yeah.
letter H aerials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is going to warrant a whole topic on its own, isn't it?
It is rather, yeah.
This particular, because we're going down a rabbit hole where we've got no diagrams.
I get the diagrams for you, no problem at all.
No, we'll save it for another topic.
Yeah, aerials, yeah.
Yeah, for another night when we do another chat, which will be probably after Goulburn now.
Yeah. The thing is, actually, of course, I can bring in things like Smith charts as well.
That's it. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that we can discuss and we can talk to people about. But but that's that's the difference. Your CB aerial is a vertical aerial, and your television aerial is horizontal. Horizontal aerials are line of sight, and vertical aerials are omnidirectional. Am I correct?
More or less.
Right. Well, that'll do. Well, I'll accept that as being correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you say the way you say more or less, there's a couple of areas where I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So explain them.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, This is something which did happen actually. There was a community radio station years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy who was putting up the aerials and stuff, you know, he was burying with the boss. And
Hi, Martin. Go on.
And you know, basically, he was playing with the boss and stuff, but he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Ah,
Yeah. Now, but dipoles have to be mounted vertically. Yeah. Has to be mounted vertically, not horizontally. Vertically. Yeah.
uh-huh.
That's horizontal vertical polarisation. Now, if you mount it the wrong way around, it goes either into the ground or straight into the sky.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got 11 people in
Yeah.
now.
Now at that point, what happened was that the guy said, almost in almost in panic, he said, "Why am I not working?" So we went to his side, we looked up and said, "That's why." I said,
Wrong aerial.
Yeah, you play got this is on Mars, like, you know, but
See, aerials, right, aerials come in two polarisations. They're either horizontally polarised or they're vertically polarised.
or mixed.
Or mixed. You always throw something into the mix. You get it?
Yeah, haha, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it's either polarised vertically or polarised horizontally, and you actually use the correct aerial for the correct job that you're going to use it for.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't use a CB aerial for your FM radio, your broadcast,
Not
for your 10 metre, or for your 2 metre.
not for
Just wouldn't work.
no. Well, having said that, I used to use my CB aerial on with a match to retransmit on pirate radio, but
You know, well, you can if you can match them down.
I did manage to match it down.
You know, if you manage to match it down, you can. I
did.
mean, you know, then you can. There's no reason why you can't. But
I got like 3 of those matches, you know, built up. This Silver Runner, Wet Grace, I think it was 105, somewhere, basically before Classic FM started, that the band was clear. And so all the pirates went and had a...
it was Pirates Haven, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, up to, you know, the one place where you never go though, the one place you never go, they always look there, the one place you never go is 108.
Yeah.
You never go to 108 and you never go down to 88.
No.
You always stay somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
That way, because of the amount of stations that are on there now, they're hard to pick out. Could be someone's second harmonic even.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that station I was running, that was actually quite powerful for 7 watts. It weren't bad.
But again, I always remember, once you got above, say, 5 to 6 watts,
Yeah.
the power is not in the transmitter power, the transmitter is
It's
in the aerial.
In the aerial, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's what comes off your aerial.
yeah.
If I'd have had that aerial up on the roof, it'd have gone even further. You know, I used to get a good way around Manchester.
Yeah, it did.
You heard me. I think you lost me at Rochdale once.
Yeah, yeah,
And then another week on your drive home, you went a different way,
yeah,
and you went past the Trafford Centre and lost me there.
yeah,
So that's a good scope, that, for an aerial on a disco light stand in the back garden.
yeah.
That wasn't bloody bad.
It wasn't, no.
That wasn't bad. You know, that was pretty good.
But one thing I will say on that score is that car radios can be very, very sensitive.
Car radios are designed to be sensitive
Yeah,
because they're in a moving object.
yeah,
You know, car radios, even your old Tommy 2 knobs, you know, they're much more sensitive than the radio you would have in your home.
yeah,
They've got to be, because they're in a moving object. They wouldn't work properly if they weren't. But that being said, I took a tranny out once. No, I don't mean I mean a transistor radio.
of course.
Yeah, before anyone gets any ideas, it's a transistor radio. I took a transistor radio out with me once, and I went all around Stockport and I couldn't lose the station. I left it on, just a tone, just a 1,000 kilohertz tone, just transmitting that, and I picked it up everywhere I went.
Yeah.
I've even been down near Wivenshaw. You know what I mean, on that. So, you know, that was, you know, I mean, I don't do it anymore, so I don't mind talking about it. Because you can't be done for something that you're no longer doing. You can only be done if you're fucking still doing it, which I'm not. So, I don't mind yapping about it now. But the first time I knew it got off this estate was I got a message on Facebook, because I've got a page on there called Vintage Radio, and I got a message, someone asking me, "Are you the same? Is this the same Vintage Radio I heard in Denton?" And I said, name a couple of records I played, and he identified them correctly. 2 records I played. So one was Snooker Loopy by Chaz and Dave, and the other one I can't remember what it was. But yeah, he identified them correctly. I said, yeah, that was me. He said, I won't ask you where you're at. I'm not going to bloody tell you, you know. Obviously not. You know, if people want to find out, if people wanted to find me, they had to look for me. I mean, to find you is no fucking problem, is it? They just triangulate your position and they've got you.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think they give 2 fucks about it now.
Well,
you know.
on the end they don't, because having said that, in the other side of the country, of course, there's still a bit of Caroline, but over this side now that there's a couple of there's Radio 5 Live.
And fucking Talk Sport.
Yeah.
And Japati AM at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punjab AM at the top.
Mm.
But that being said, at the end of the day, Steve, I think, you know, I think some people should pirate on AM. You know, I'm not going to, but, you know, because the fucking aerial you need for a start is fucking ridiculous. You know, fucking, because as we all know with aerials, the you know, the lower the frequency, the longer the aerial.
Yeah.
So for 261 meters, for example, you need a fucking aerial equal length, 261 meters.
Well, they have got that.
If you haven't got a tuner.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to. I mean, you could never put an aerial up. You could never put an aerial up at 200 meters, right?
No.
You couldn't. It was just too fucking long. Right? You wouldn't get it up. And even if you did, you'd soon get told take it down. You'd soon get caught. You'd soon get busted. So what a lot of them used to do, used to use tuners.
Yeah.
Great big banana slicers. Or, you know, depending on how big the transmitter was. They'd obviously use a tuner to tune it down to the required, required SWR. You know, to get the SWR right, so they could transmit without blowing the transmitter up.
Yeah.
But everything, going back to SWR, just touching on that for a minute, everything, with the exception of these little small radio mics and stuff like that, everything has to be SWR'd.
Oh yeah.
If it's a transmitter. You know, Bluetooth, that's already built in and dealt with. Mobile phones, it's built in and dealt with.
Some amateur rigs now are as well.
Yeah, a lot of amateur stuff comes with a tuner. This one's got a tuner. This Yaesu I've got here, the FT450D, that's got a tuner, but they do a version of that without the tuner, and it's it's the D that denotes whether there's a tuner in there or not.
Yeah.
The version without the tuner won't have the D on the won't have the D prefix.
Well, I don't.
But I was lucky. I got that for a good price, you know, and it was in the box mint with 2 mics. Come with 2 mics, but I prefer to use this one because it's a nice big chunky mic. That's the one it come with. That's the one it would have been supplied with at the factory, but it come with 2 mics. So, you know, that was pretty good. That was a bargain. Hey, my Midland turned out well, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
I just need a new channel change knob. I've got one somewhere on a scrapper. But yeah, it turned out well. That. You know, but yeah, at the end of the day, guys, we're yeah, at the end of the day, we're not doing bad. We're let's see what's being said now. So, what else have we got to talk about, Steve?
Well, Not a lot, really.
No, we're running out now, aren't we? We're going soon.
Yeah. No, but what I
Oh
want
yes,
to do
you
is-
don't want to reflect. You don't want reflections
Yeah.
blowing up your TX. No, we certainly
No,
don't.
no. This is
No.
plenty with that.
Steve, oh yeah,
Mm.
Steve, what are your thoughts on the vertical polarisation on South Coast DVB transmitters? Freaked me out when I saw Yagis mounted vertically.
Well, basically, it's just a way of transmitting, that's all.
Yeah, he just wanted to know your thoughts on it.
But basically,
Yeah.
horizontal or vertical polarisation is the 30.
Yeah, there's someone at my door. Hang on! Someone at my door. Who the fuck's this at this time of the day?
I don't know.
No, I don't either. Hang on! Did you hear the door? Sure I heard the door. Hang on! Don't fuck off, I'm here. Hang on. Oh.
Yeah, like I said, it's the difference between horizontal and vertical polarisation is about 20 or about 30 dB. So you know, that's the only difference. So you know, sometimes you do that when there's other stations nearby, and you want yours to come out as well. But most of that kind now actually, the mixed polarisation nowadays. It's just another way of transmitting, that's all. Mm. Basically, an aerial's an aerial, and coax is coax, and a transmitter is a transmitter, whatever frequency it is, you know.
Maybe. Okay, cheers, Dylan.
I think it's coming back now anyway. Basically, I like to put things down to basics, because yeah, I could go on about formulas and integrals and different.
Yeah, one of my neighbours
what's
might
the
make.
point to that, you know? So I keep it as simple as I can.
One of my neighbours.
Mm.
Anyway.
The reason why I do that is because if you sat here talking on the radio, you know, about chewing the rag, I think is the phrase that people use these days. You know, you don't want to talk about integers and maths and anything like that. You know, what either want is the formula to work it out, or just do it. You know, not go through all the. I mean, I got A-level maths as well, so I'm all right. But most people haven't got that. You know?
Well, that's it. I mean, people want it in layman's terms, don't they?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, people want it in layman's terms, i.e. plain English.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm no good with maths either, I'll be honest.
Mm.
I'm lousy at maths, mate.
Mm.
I didn't want to learn maths, I didn't think I needed to. I had a calculator.
Yeah. I
So,
must admit, I quite enjoyed maths, but then again, that,
I hated it. It was the one thing I hated in school
Mm.
was maths. No, mate, I couldn't do it, couldn't handle it. You know, fucking, no, I couldn't do with maths.
Mm.
And I still don't like it now. I
Mm.
hate it. It's an
Mm.
horrible thing.
Mm.
But there are those.
Mm.
You know, I mean, maths is for people maths is for whiz kids and that kind of thing, and just so teachers can earn some money teaching it. Yeah,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I never got into it. I just couldn't do it, mate.
Well, for
I mean,
me,
I'm not completely stupid. Don't get me wrong. I can do basics. Shut up. One that's to an arsehole off heart.
I didn't
yeah.
say anything.
No, but I know you nodded. This is good. No, but seriously, I could actually. What was I gonna say?
Basically, maths these days, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
calculators, and of course, you know.
I got bollocked at school when I was in the kids' home. I got bollocked for taking a pocket calculator into class. And the teacher said to me, she said, you're supposed to use your brain. I said, well, do I need to wear that out for when I've got this? You know. She said, well, you can't learn by that. I said, I don't want to learn maths. I said, I fucking hate maths.
Of course, when you're doing A-level maths and A-level physics...
It took me hang on, just catch up with the chat. I really like maths. Francis uses horizontal, blah, 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 blah. 30 dB makes sense, thank you, Steve. Out was to there. Yeah. Pure maths is boring, yeah. That's fucking other words, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me 4 times to get my maths handy. I never bothered, I mean, I didn't want to. I mean, oh shit, I've turned that off. I've got a calculator. There we go, we're back on. I've got a calculator. If I want to fucking, you know, if I want to look at anything, I just put the calculator on.
Oh yeah.
And I do that. But I mean, I can do basic things.
Yeah.
I can do basic arithmetic. You know, I learned that much.
I mean, going to start sort of geometry or trigonometry and calculus, that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, in physics, also electronics, you know, when you're working things out and designing stuff, it does come in very handy indeed. Like civil, which is capacitance, voltage before current, and VI, voltage, comes, you know, civil, CIVIL, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, current leads in a capacitor and voltage leads in inductor, CIVIL, you know. Yeah. But more things like that, you know, unless you're actually designing stuff or insisting or a whiz kid, as you put it, which I'm not, you know, it's not really that much use, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Arithmetic really, it doesn't really apply in the modern world, because everybody's got a mobile phone.
Yeah.
A mobile phone. What's it got? It's got a calculator on it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it just makes your life easier.
Yeah.
Like when I pay my bills every month, I do it on the phone or on the computer.
Yeah.
Saves me having to sit there with a fucking pen and paper.
Yeah.
Fucking writing it all down and fucking racking my head wondering how to work it all out.
Yeah.
It does it for me.
Yeah.
You know.
So people don't think that log tables are never really that much use, not that much use, you know.
No, because you know people can just put it anything they need to know. They can put it into the computer.
Yeah.
And the computer will tell them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There could be Boolean logs and things like that. They're nice to play with if you're bored. But
Yeah. Speaking of logs, I need a crap.
no, that's not the sort of log I meant. But yeah.
No. Yeah. I need to log off. Or is it log on? Yeah.
Depends.
Anyway, guys, I think what we'll do, what time are we on now? We're on 8 o'clock, aren't we? 8:28.
Yeah, I bet a bit up.
Yeah, because I know you've got your meds and stuff to take, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got stuff you have to do.
Yeah.
And I've got stuff I have to do.
You don't need maths for that either, by the way.
What, for going for a crap?
No, well, again, medicines these days, it's a matter of go and get one and put it in your gob, you know.
Well, that's it. You don't have to wait up and fuck about with it now, do you?
Or up your ass spending
Or
on it.
yeah, depends on what you want to shove at your eye. Yeah. Anyway.
I say that. Actually, the quickest way to get money into the body is to push it up there.
Up the
Yeah.
Up the rectifier.
Yeah.
No, you're all right.
Into the rectum fry.
Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm gonna leave it there for this week for the shack.
Yeah.
We're back in the electronics workshop tomorrow with a record player. We've already done one. And we'll be back tomorrow with a record player and we'll see what we decide that we're going to do. We've got a couple of tape recorders. I don't like doing tape recorders, but no,
No. Are they yours? Are they?
no, the Matthews.
Okay.
Yeah, they belong to Burn It Out Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a nice lad actually. He come here today, dropped all that stuff.
So which two tape recorders?
One that's Sony
Oh yeah.
and the Grundig.
The Grundig, I bet you anyone it's belts.
What? No, he said the mechanism's working. Yeah, he said the mechanism. He said he's done the mechanism. You just can't get it to work electronically. So I don't know what's going on with that. So that'll be worth a look. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And goodbye. And you will see us all. We will see us both on Sunday.
Yes, of course.
You all take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
And
Good night. It's good night from me.
and it's good night from him.
Good night.
Yes, good night, guys. You all take it easy. Like, share, subscribe. Buy me a coffee. Tell all your friends. And even if you don't like it, still subscribe because it don't cost anything.
Yeah.
Good night, guys, and I will be back later. Bye for now. Oh, you all stay safe, by the way. Bye for now.